Hey yo, what's up fish folks and friends and from the fish hobby community. So for today's video we will be doing this in English since someone requested that we do an English version of the DIY CO2 tutorial for our planted tanks. So here it is, my friend. Hope you are watching and let's go. So before we start, intro. We are back, guys. So first of all, before we start the DIY CO2 tutorial, or I'm just gonna have a quick one for that, we will be starting off by giving you an update about the first DIY CO2 that we made. So I think it was around almost 2 weeks ago since we did that one, and 3 days after I have made an update about that. And the sad thing is the CO2 crashed, so it stopped working on the 3rd day, I think, after the update that I have made. So I have created a new one. Here it is. So first of all, I will explain what happened. So in the previous video, I told you guys that I used 250 grams of sugar, and I used the brown one for that, and almost a teaspoon of yeast. So the mistake was, I think it was in the yeast. I have used too much of the yeast and caused the sugar to be consumed much faster than it should be. So it only lasted for around 3 days. So what I did was to fix that issue. I created a new one. So I still used the 250 grams of sugar, but this time I only used 1/8 of a teaspoon for the yeast, and it took around 24 hours before the CO2 was activated. So that's how I fixed that one, and I'm gonna show you a quick video of the new CO2 formula that I have made. So let's go. I'm gonna flip this camera so you guys can see it. Alright, so here is the tank, guys. So I used a 1.5 liter bottle of a Coke for this one. So this is still the same bottle, but I have already changed the cap. So my order arrived last week also, so I have to change this one. I used a airflow controller to stop the pressure from coming out of this tube, and still used the original hose for the other one. And alright, here it is. So as you can see, the bubbles are coming out of that check valve. So I have used a toothpick and a check valve for that one. So I'm gonna fix that toothpick later because it's not producing the fine bubbles that I wanted anymore. Oh, and by the way, this is a 2.5 gallon tank that I have made for my betta fishes. So I'm cycling this one, and it's in its 5th day, I guess. So I still have to wait for around 2 to 3 more weeks before I can put the fish in. I have also made a DIY sponge filter for this one. Here. And then Here is our planted aquarium. Yep, so this is the one. So I switched the CO2, the DIY CO2 between my 2.5 gallon and my 10 gallon planted aquarium. So I take around 12 hours for this one and then another 12 for this one. But since this has no fish, I am putting the CO2 a bit longer for this one so that the plants could take more. But we should always be careful when having a CO2, since too much CO2 can also destroy your plants. So there's that. And for the update of this one, we have the HB pastel guppies for this one. If you can see, I don't know if it will turn out good, but there they are. Their colors are starting to show up. They are around 2 months old. Okay, and that's those are the updates that we have for the DIY CO2 that we have made for those 2 tanks. And the other thing that the person who requested this wants to know is what kind of guppies do we have for this grow out tub. So for these ones we have the green Moscow fries. So they are about a month old. And for the info, I only have as of the moment the green Moscow ones, the electric blue Moscow, and the HB pastel, which I have showed earlier on the 10 gallon planted aquarium. And I also have here 2.5 gallon aquariums. One contains mollies and the only surviving female EFR guppy that I have, and the other one is a male 2.5 gallon grow tank for my green Moscows as well. And for this little one, it's a 1 gallon aquarium. So we have all the females here, which I am choosing from for the stabilization of the line that we have. And also we have 2 styro boxes here, which also contains green Moscows as of the moment, because I am expecting around this time of the afternoon to rain. And I would also be covering this one as well later on. Oh, before I forget, also he wants to know what plants we have here. So we have the water lettuce. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as of the moment. So I'm trying to propagate them, and I think it's turning out to be a success, since there are already small ones coming out from the parents. And also for this one, yep, the plants have been decaying because for the past few days we have a continuous rain that we have experienced. So I think that would be the main reason for the plants decaying, and they were not able to receive proper sunlight in the morning. And yeah, so those are most of the updates that we have today. So for the English tutorial, we will go through a fast review on that one. So how I mix them, so I used a bucket for the one that I made. So I used this bucket to mix in the 250 grams of sugar. So I used a little bit of warm water so that the sugar will dissolve faster. And I used this bottle. It's an energy drink bottle. It's a small one. I used this one to mix the yeast and the water as well, but I did not use a warm water since they told me that the yeast would die immediately if you use a warm one, I think, or a hotter one. But to be sure, I just used the tap water for that one. So I mixed the yeast in this one pretty well, and then I combined them in the 1.5 gallon 1.5 Coke bottle here. Then just waited for around 24 hours after the CO2 was activated. So that's the procedure, but I think I will make another detailed video of that one. So hopefully you are still watching this video, and hopefully you will be staying to watch the other video that I will be making for my CO2 for the tank inside. So I still have one 2.5 gallon inside which has shrimps in them, and I'm trying to breed them. That would probably be for the next video. And yeah, so I think that's it for today. It's starting to rain. I don't know if you guys can hear, but most probably you guys can. So that's it for now. Yeast gaquahub signing off. So don't forget to like and subscribe this video, share it with your friends. Hopefully I have helped you guys out today, and we'll see you again in the next video. Bye, Yeast gaquahub signing out.